Hello, everyone. It is so great to be with you today. Congratulations on this jam-packed conference. As public power utilities, you have a really unique perspective on this clean energy transition because you see what's happening on the ground every single day. You've got a close relationship with your customers. You have an amazing reach. I think you deliver electricity to 49 million people across the country. Nearly every state, 5 territories. That's very impressive. And here at DOE, we're really eager to learn from you and to work with you because this moment really does demand strong partnership between government and industry. You know, we're already obviously feeling the effects of climate change from these heat waves that are straining our grid, to the hurricanes that are battering the coastal communities, and the heat waves and the droughts and the wildfires. They're only intensifying. It was the hottest temperature Nevada and Sacramento have ever experienced recently. And that's likely to be the coolest that they'll ever be in the summers to come. There is literally no time to waste. And that's why President Biden is putting us on a path to cut US emissions in half by the end of the decade and to reach 100% clean electricity by 2035. And you all know that. You know, it's about averting a climate disaster, but it's not just about averting a climate disaster. It's also about really seizing this once in a century opportunity, because by the end of the decade, the global market for clean energy products, for products that reduce CO2 emissions, that is going to skyrocket, according to economic forecasters, to $23 trillion. $23 trillion global market at a minimum by 2030. So President Biden wants America to corner that market. And that's why DOE has already invested about $1.6 billion in clean energy solutions since January 20th. We're moving quickly to improve and deploy existing market-ready technologies. We want to, for example, cut solar in half yet again, and to add 30 gigawatts of offshore wind capacity this decade. But we also know that we need to keep innovating to reach President Biden's goals, and that's why we're rolling out our Energy Earth Shots, which is this series of very ambitious, achievable targets to deliver these breakthroughs on the toughest remaining clean energy challenges of this decade. We want to clear the path to that net zero economy by 2050. And I'm thrilled to tell you that our second Energy Earth Shot, which was announced earlier today, is all about thinking ahead to the times when the sun isn't shining and when the wind isn't blowing. So there's no getting around it. Our clean energy future depends on taking energy storage capacity to scale. So earlier today, DOE announced this game-changing goal to slash the costs of long-duration energy storage by 90% within the decade. Now, that's huge. Not only is it going to help make the grid more reliable, it's also going to help ensure that clean energy can match the growing electricity demand nationwide, and all at a cost that competes with 24/7 fossil energy. Now, those are just a few of the steps we have to take to get to 100% clean electricity, and all of this new clean electricity, this clean energy, as it comes online, we all know that we're going to need to expand the transmission systems so that we can get all of that power to all of your customers, whether they're in high demand centers or in rural centers. And the more transmission that we have means the more resilience that we will have across the grid. Even that we want to make sure that even in the face of hackers and of foreign actors and of climate disasters, that you can keep delivering clean and reliable and affordable electricity. And that's why DOE has announced up to $8.25 billion in loans for transmission projects. And it's also why we're implementing new programs to tackle physical and cyber threats to the grid. So I so appreciate APPA's leadership in our 100-day security plan, cybersecurity in particular. The more we electrify, the more we're going to be able to amplify the climate benefits of a clean power sector through our buildings and transportation. And DOE is doing a ton of work to make EVs more affordable and accessible, especially by making batteries cheaper and more efficient and increasingly made in America. So we've been doing a lot over these past few months, but it's really just a down payment. Getting that bipartisan infrastructure framework and the rest of President Biden's Build Back Better agenda through Congress is going to do so much more to revolutionize the American power sector and to corner the market on this global clean energy economy. We're talking 500,000 new EV charging stations built in America and built across the nation. We're talking about the biggest investment in transmission in our nation's history. And through reconciliation, we're looking at a federal clean energy standard and tax credits for clean energy and demonstration projects for everything from advanced nuclear to carbon capture. And if we can get this over the finish line, it's going to really help you. It's going to help you as public power utilities. It's going to help you grow your existing clean energy initiatives. It's going to provide reliable and affordable power, even in the face of 21st century threats. So if you like what you're hearing, I really encourage you to speak up on the Hill, because your voices are super critical over the next few weeks. And of course, we really look forward to working with you and to learning from you in the years to come. Thank you so much for inviting me. Have a great conference.